Twitch chat has chosen Jeskai versus Eldrazi. Let's dive in. All right, Marat joins us on the left with Eldrazi, and on the right we have Jeskai Control. That would be Audrey. It's a Jeskai energy deck.
Doesn't matter. Whatever you want.
All right, Ponder on turn 1 for Audrey. Deceiver, Devourer of Destiny was revealed. There's the text up on the screen.
Oh, do you mind? Yeah, of course. You have any? Yeah.
Okay, we're resolving the Devourer of Destiny a little late here, but it's happening. Maybe there was some miscommunication as we got started. This is from Monday Night Legacy, no competitive REL. We're just doing a friendly fix and doing the trigger now.
Leave this on top. Exile 2 Devourers.
2 hours last.
Okay, 2 Devourers of Destiny, and it looked like a land was exiled there, maybe an Ancient Tomb? Wasn't sure. I saw it very quickly.
Go ahead.
Okay, a Wasteland takes out Tundra.
My turn.
All right, looks like Soporific Springs, the reverse side of Sink into Stupor. Blue card from Modern Horizons 3 with a blue land on the reverse. That's an Eldrazi Temple. 2 Lotus Petals.
Trigger.
All right, Sowing Mikaspawn.
Sure.
This will ramp Marat a little bit into a Wasteland. Tune the narrative in response.
Still with that on the stack.
Yeah.
Actually, right now, okay, it's in.
All right, Wasteland takes out the Soporific Springs. Audrey continues to make land drops. Sowing Mikaspawn a 3/3 will start to attack here. 2 energy for Audrey, which can charge up Wrath of the Skies. Here's Thought Not Seer. Maybe we'll get a look at Audrey's hand. Nope, Force of Will. Pitching. Supreme Verdict. Okay.
Flip the ball out up for.
Eye of Ugin, the other land on the table for Marat. Supreme Verdict would have been nice later on in this game, but can't let Thought Not Seer resolve. Unsure if Audrey had other blue cards or another copy of Supreme Verdict or what's going on, but the Thought Not Seer likely would have taken the Supreme Verdict. Audrey's had 2 lands trimmed down already in this game. That's a Prismatic Vista.
Yep.
That's
Sowing Mikaspawn continues to attack for 3.
Ancient Tomb for turn. Sacred.
Okay, not adding any creatures to the board. I'm sure Audrey's fine with that. Crack Prismatic Vista here on end step, it looks like. Fortunately, Prismatic Vista cannot find Surveil land, so we're not going to waste any time here. Digs up a basic island. There isn't a lot that Wrath of the Skies can do at this point in the game. Audrey's at 9, so can last for a little bit longer against this Mika Spawn. Here's a dress down. Okay. All right, just tried to make another land drop, it seemed. And that attempt failed. Chartwin, thank you for the sub with Prime. 47 months. Wow. We'll see if Chartwin stays with us for one more month. It would be 48. And that would be huge for all of us. Merch link in the chat. Merch links down below. Murat looking very stylish with a 90s Magic official t-shirt on. The land drops continue. The Mika Spawn continues to attack. Here's Line Breaker.
Sure. Go to combat. End of second lane.
Swing.
Okay, down to 2. Line Breaker was swords. It's a basic forest. The other land played was a secluded courtyard, naming Eldrazi. Just one Eldrazi on the table, but it's enough to swing for lethal this turn. Wasting Tundra.
Sure.
I believe that is Galvanic Discharge. It removes the Mika Spawn. Devourer of Destiny now on the table.
3 wastelands.
And that is the scoop. Lots of wastelands. Eldrazi up a game here. All right. Audrey will be on the play here for game 2. The players have wished each other good luck, so we'll see.
Yes. Let's try it.
Let's try it.
All right, Audrey on the play, ready to go. Tundra.
So dumb.
Looks like there's a Thought-Knot Seer in Murat's hand. That's an Eldrazi Temple, so potentially we could see a turn 2 Thought-Knot. Cycling Lorien revealed. Basic Island selected. Nope, Volcanic Island actually. Okay, here is a Ponder. Rishidin Pizza, thank you for the sub with Prime. 20 months. Welcome. All right, let's see if this Thought-Knot Seer hits. We've had a little bit of a Cavern of Souls, naming Eldrazi, and
Gas pedal.
Sure.
Flesh Rig.
You. Pass the turn.
Lotus Petal triggers the Flesh Raker. Makes an Eldrazi spawn. Kozilek's Return. Okay. Okay. That'll defeat that Eldrazi.
No, it's not. I wish. Yes,
Okay, another Eldrazi Temple, making 6 total mana, it looks like. And sowing Mika Spawn with Kicker. Gonna exile Tundra and search for a land. Most likely will be Wasteland, is my guess. Wasting Volcanic Island as well. You can see there how good the Mika Spawn could be. Meticulous Archive Surveil. Wrath of the Skies, unfortunately, into the graveyard. Don't have enough energy or lands for that right now.
Turn.
This is the companion.
It's Eye of Ugin.
Pay 1 here.
I'm going
Pay
to
red.
-2 now.
Thought-Knot Seer.
To deal.
Alright, there's Thought-Knot Seer. It cannot be countered. Not sure what's happening.
Oh, yeah. I'm saying right now.
Okay, it looks like there was a reminder that it cannot be countered. Force of Will, Triumph of St. Catherine, Supreme Verdict, Teferi, Time Raveler, and Ruination. Not sure anything except Supreme Verdict is a problem for Marat here, given the current board.
Take the Catherine.
Okay, taking Triumph of St. Catherine is interesting. Okay. Teferi Time Raveler, unlikely Teferi wants to bounce anything here is my guess. Actually, yeah, I guess you draw a card from Thought-Knot Seer and then an extra card from Teferi. That's not so bad, yeah. Thought-Knot Seer will take another look at the hand, though, possibly this turn. A little bit of Eldrazi on Eldrazi crime there, yeah. Another Sowing Mika Spawn could be devastating. Do we attack Audrey or do we attack Teferi? I'm just going to attack Audrey. I don't think Teferi is super relevant. Thought-Knot Seer. The hand just has lands, Ruination, Supreme Verdict, and Force of Will. Scalding Tarn and a basic island are the lands. So nothing has really changed. I guess Ruination? Yeah, I guess Ruination is a pretty big problem, but it would pretty much if Ruination was cast on the following turn, doesn't it kind of guarantee Marat wins the game? Like how would Audrey win? Held off on Supreme Verdict. And being able to cast it at instant speed. Yep, alright, cool. Thought-Knot Seer dies, draw a card. Yeah, I think Supreme Verdict being was the correct choice. If Audrey wants to blow up all the lands in play, it's like wouldn't Marat love to cast Armageddon? You know, that previous turn? That would have been great.
Justice. Exile.
All right, there's Devourer of Destiny. It will exile Teferi. 6/6 on the board now.
Pass.
Yeah, I mean, it would signal to me that Audrey's deck does not have Terminus because it has Supreme Verdict. I haven't seen many decks that run both of those cards. So Narset Parter of Veils on the table, and it finds a Swords to Plowshares, which could be pretty good against this Devourer. Ayavugan is available on the table. Not enough to activate it yet, but close. Solan could do it. Attacking with the 6/6. Are we attacking Narset or Audrey? Okay, attacking Audrey gets through. There's a Soul Land, Ancient Tomb, so Ayavugan could be activated. Okay, Swords the Devourer on end step. Gives Marat 6 life. Fetch with Scalding Tarn. Mystic Sanctuary. What do we want back on top? Could be Supreme Verdict, I guess. Source Plowshares, okay.
Draw.
Minusing Narset now, looking for another non-creature card off the top. And that was... Oh, what card is that? I can't tell. I believe that's a Consign to Memory. Fourth Ear Lingus on the stack.
Before blocks.
2 Knights coming in off Fourth Ear Lingus. Audrey holding up Consign to Memory and Swords to Plowshares. Marat thinking about taking a game action here during combat.
6. Yeah. 9. I'll K command, do spawns and scry and draw.
Okay, so Kozilek's command, making spawns and scry.
Two, 3, 4. Yep.
Gets countered by Consign to Memory, though.
Yeah. He was so good.
Audrey is now the Monarch. The orange token by Kai Sawatari is at the top right of your screen. And Marat appears like has fallen behind a bit now. Cavern of Souls can only affect creatures. Can only cast creatures with can't be countered.
I looked at the mechanics and then like I saw like a few of the cards. I don't really know what to expect. You think it's gonna be?
Okay, here's Linebreaker again. It's most likely going to get swords.
Compared to MH3, probably not so much, but yeah, compared to like a normal standard set, features are really good. There are a lot of good one drops. One drops, I don't think so. I mean, relative to like back in the day, I'm thinking like Ixalan, like the most recent Ixalan. Not like Cavern or like.
Okay, here's a Wastegate Battle Mage.
Sorry, I can. I'll kick it to bounce.
Do you have any?
So 1, 2.
No, but you have.
I don't have.
You
Yeah,
have-
yeah, that's why. That's why. Yeah, sorry about that.
You mostly do arena or do you do?
I was just making sure.
Yeah, yeah.
I play mostly on Moto. Sometimes on Eldrazi. I just like being able to play like long range. Yeah. Something I never imagined. Right?
Still the Monarch, attacking with this 2/2 Human Knight. Gets through.
A decent number of people, and then
What's the trigger?
we'll try to do team drafts.
End step draw off the Monarch. There are some scary Eldrazi that can happen here. Murat's only got 5 life. I don't think we'll be seeing Reality Smasher, but there is some fun stuff in these Eldrazi decks that could end the game. 5 mana, Deceiver, Devourer of Destiny, exile the Human Knight token that's untapped.
Move to combat.
Sure.
I'll attack you.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Response to
definitely
this.
Yeah,
come
sorry.
out Friday.
It's uncontrollable.
Let's try to
Still.
Oh, I did it twice. It's mine.
No, you can take it back if you.
I have to learn it somehow.
It's fine.
Okay, an accidental force of will here on Devourer of Destiny. It's going to resolve. Wastegate Battle Mage will get in there. Murat will become the Monarch. Leaf, thank you for the resub, 9 months. I lost to Eldrazi today. When is Eldrazi Temple getting banned? Leaf, maybe we should put Eldrazi Temple on the watch list. Have you thought about that yet?
Didn't fill up.
Before blocks.
But usually they fill up. So there's
I need to learn my sequence.
Devourer of Destiny is swords. Here's Teferi Time Raveler. Bounce the Wastegate Battle Mage.
I don't really heard any hype around this sphere.
Damping Sphere. A little late.
Right, that's probably got it.
Draw. So my things only make 1 mana. This still works.
Yes.
And each additional spell costs 1 card.
I like actually playing that a lot for that I'm here now. They have like
Yeah, the Monarch trigger would not allow Murat to draw a card with Narset in play.
yeah. So I do Magic Funnel.
I'm not sure if Twitch chat is saying the card was drawn and it should not have been, or that the card should have been drawn, but it can't be. But yeah.
I'll just be like, I don't know. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know. I like the in-person experience way better. I do like drafting and that. Oh yeah, that experience is pretty good.
Fade blue.
I see, especially the last couple sets.
Okay, Glaring Flesh Raker.
So
And it's like a flying chase, right?
this is gonna cost 2 colorless. So I will use all of these. But yeah, sorry.
You're overpaying. You're paying 1 extra. It costs colorless.
I know, just play so much. I just
Yeah. So 1, 2.
Sorry, just colorless. Oh yeah, no, right now. Yeah, this. Go ahead.
I had to pay colorless.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna
like the owner.
tap all of these. Do I? Yeah, I still take that. To kick it to.
So that's 1, 2, 1. So one of these counts plus that.
Trigger, ping you.
Okay, Damping Sphere gets bounced. Audrey down to 1 life. With the Glaring Flesh Raker on the board, it's a little scary. Teferi pluses. Narset has nothing left to do.
17. So that's in the original. Yeah. So in response,
Woodwalkers seem good.
Yeah.
Lorien revealed. Can we find anything? Soul Ring, thank you for the sub with Prime, 4 months. Hoovian, thank you for the resub with Prime, 12 months. Appreciate that. It's a 1-year badge. Can't believe it's already been a year since I started watching this channel, started playing Legacy at my LGS. Thanks for all the content. You're welcome, Hoovian89. Appreciate it.
Your card disadvantage. And then just until the end of your next. I took out
All right. Down to 1 life. Up against some Eldrazi, including a Flesh Raker. Not a great position to be in. But this is not over. Let's see what happens.
Not right.
AP asking the right questions. Have the players Oregon weighed in on the MH3 Eldrazi? Who the hell knows, AP? Who the hell knows?
Maybe you have like 3 or 4 counter spells. Plus you've got these. Yep. And then the rest, like, these can do small things and frogs.
Activate.
This takes.
All right, activating Ayavugan. What do we find? All right, the hand is revealed. And that is the match. GG's. Eldrazi gets it. Scott was right. A beating. Wow. All right. Let's set up another poll for the Twitch chat. Which match next? The options will be Cradle Control versus Blue-Black Tempo, or Death and Taxes versus Grixis Delver, or Esper Control versus 4-Color Control, or Reanimator versus Cloud Post, or Cephalid Breakfast versus Grixis Delver. 2 minutes to vote. Get your votes in. And remember, you can rig the poll using your channel points. Our Discord is up on your screen. Join the Discord if you're not yet in the Discord. It's all going on in the Discord. All right, votes are coming in. Let's see what Twitch chat wants to watch here. Not really sure what will win the poll this time. Could be anything. All right, a lot of votes are coming in. People are trying to rig it. About a minute left for voting. Looks pretty one-sided so far. Let's take a look around the Discord while we wait. Nethergoyf. Pretty good card. Grafdigger's Cages. Okay. Bunch of Reanimator stuff, Painter stuff, Devourer stuff. There's an interesting one. Aspiring Spike, thank you for the raid. Welcome, everybody. We're about to start another match shortly. We have a poll happening right now in our live chat for which match we will watch next. That's about to end, and we're going to dive into some Tabletop Legacy in just a few moments. Welcome, welcome. Hit follow if you like tabletop magic. All right, AP contributed 600 channel points. Cradle Control versus Blue-Black Tempo is up next. Let's do it. Let's do it. Cradle Control. How would I describe Cradle Control to maybe some of our new friends coming in from Aspiring Spike who are not as familiar with Legacy, possibly? This is a deck focused on using Green Sun Zenith and Natural Order. You'll see Atraxa in here. Little bit of toolbox stuff going on. It's called Cradle Control because it runs 4 copies of Gaia's Cradle. Makes a lot of mana. And on the right side of your screen, we have Dimir Tempo. I'm not really sure what's in Herman's deck, but we will find out together. There has been a lot of scam in Legacy these days, but I don't think Herman is doing the scam thing. There's been decks with like Tameo, the new Tameo, Nethergoyf, Murktide Regent, stuff like that. Running Force of Will, Daze, Wasteland, Brainstorm, Ponder, etc. All right, looks like we're resolving die rolls very nicely. Redemption has arrived, says longtime YouTube frog here, excited for the stream. Welcome. Coinbop says Tabletop Legacy, that's pretty cool. I think so. We have a nice scene here in New York City where these matches are being recorded. This is at Bifrost Games in Manhattan. All right, looks like we're ready to go. Both players have kept 7. Let's see what we have. Misty Rainforest getting cracked to start the game. Oh, no, we have the 2 phones on the table again. All right, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. Let's see if the phones stay in sync. Okay, Green Sun Zenith here. It's getting forced. It would have found Dryad Arbor if it had resolved. That's the only 0 available. Pitching Murktide Regent. No ramping for Jesse. Polluted Delta for Herman. Pass the turn. Coinbop with an interesting question. Whose deck is favored? My guess is the Cradle Control deck is favored, but these days the blue-black tempo in Legacy is really good. That was the Underground Mortuary, black-green Surveilland, left the card on top. Here's Elvish Reclaimer, which is a key card in this Cradle Control deck. It can help you find Gaia's Cradle. Looks like it's been announced that this Reclaimer is getting dazed, is my guess. Polluted Delta finding an Underground Sea in response. There's the daze. Okay, Wasteland on the Underground Mortuary. It goes into the trash. So Jesse hasn't been able to establish anything yet in the early game. That looked like a Talon Gates of Madara in hand. All right, here's Elvish Reclaimer. It's going to phase out the Reclaimer. This is a Ponder for Herman. Looks like it's a Ponder Shuffle.
Go ahead.
Harry Houdini has arrived, everybody. Harry Houdini has arrived. If you want me to get that excited about your arrival, you can put your name up in the top left of the screen. Harry Houdini is VIP here. All right, there's Ignoble Hierarch. Elvish Reclaimer attacking. Gets a Exalted trigger for anybody that missed that. Endurance. Pitching Springheart and Antuco. Gonna put Herman's Graveyard on the bottom. Could be a way to slow things down. Herman, as you can see, has a Murktide Regent in exile. A little bit aggressive with the endurance there, maybe. We'll see how this shakes out.
Okay. I'll name Necrodominance.
Pay 2 life.
Okay. Yeah, just
Oh, Watery Grave paying 2 life. Is this Shadow? What's going on here? Ooh. Is this a shocking twist and it's Shadow this whole time? That would be exciting.
yeah, and that's an effect. Okay.
Yeah, occasionally you'll see shock lands in the Legacy format. Most of the time it'll be in Shadow these days. All right, Reanimate, targeting Endurance. And we're going to put Jesse's Graveyard on the bottom this time. Interesting. Okay, so the Elvish Reclaimer is well, actually it didn't have a boost, so that doesn't really change anything, but it's less close to having one, I would say. And now Endurance is a blocker. White of the Reliquary, new card from MH3.
I'm done.
Good? Draw. Sure.
There's an Endurance on defense. The white can grow pretty large. All right, Dismember on Elvish Reclaimer. Guess this is Shadow. Petty Theft on the white.
What?
Redemption with a great question. Has Bloomborough made any measurable impact on Legacy? I'd say the answer is easily no at this point. With the commander sets tied to the standard sets, so the Bloomborough commander, sometimes in Legacy, people can be a little late to try some new tech. But as of right now, there hasn't been anything. Very limited. I think I've seen like 1 or 2 Bloomborough cards show up in Decklist dumps over on whatever sites. All right, there's a Gaia's Cradle. Springheart Nantuko has bestowed itself on Ignoble Hierarch. Insect token has been created.
Yeah, Gargoyle.
Pass. As 1, 2.
Sorcery, creature, instant.
Yeah, 1, 2.
Springheart Nantuko, a very neat card from MH3 that has been seeing some play in Legacy. Wasteland takes out the Gaia's Cradle, not too bad.
Sure.
I have no responses.
Jesse is hellbent and says, I have no responses to anything. White of the Reliquary even is summoning sick at this point.
I'm at 50.
Sure.
There's Tamio, the Inquisitive Scholar.
I'm at 15, sorry. Okay. 15.
Sure.
And just a reminder that the land on Jesse's side is Talon Gates of Madara. I just put the, it's a gate from the MH3 commander. Just put the text for that up on the screen as well. White of the Reliquary going into the red zone, it looks like.
5. I follow. Before blocks.
Go 6.
So Ignoble Hierarch was copied. That's the token we see with the white, black, and red on it. 2 Exalted triggers on the white, and there is 1 creature in the graveyard. So this is a 5/5 attacker, more than Endurance can handle. Surveil now for Herman, Undercity Sewers.
And each game. Yeah, enhancement.
I'll get the surveil land.
Also the land.
Land, yep. An enchantment.
Right?
White of the Reliquary can turn this insect into a land if... Okay, so a chump block on Endurance. That'll grow the white. Death Shadow surveilled into the graveyard.
Alright, and that response.
Chugga with a great question. Where do you record these games? Yes, we have Monday Night Legacy here in New York City at Game Storia. Friday Night Legacy FNM at Bifrost Games in Manhattan. And we have several weekend competitive REL events per month. So that's where we've been recording for 90s MTG. And for anyone new around here, we do have a YouTube channel with a gigantic library of Legacy matches for you to enjoy. All right, Tamio attacks. We're making a clue. I'm passing the turn. Brazen Borrower on an adventure.
Play Grace.
Trigger. We'll make another one. So there's two.
Another home. Yeah, another normal.
Okay, another land drop. Making another copy of an Ignoble Hierarch. So the die on the token is 2 copies of Ignoble Hierarch. White of the Reliquary attacking here. And sink into Stupor.
+1. Mill.
Response.
Insect.
In response, sacking the insect token to find a land. What are we looking for this time? Maybe a Talon Gates to phase out the white? That's possible. Counter this sink into Stupor. Oh, just Bojuka Bog. Okay, well, that makes sense. Didn't consider Bojuka Bog there, but exiling Herman's Graveyard is not too bad.
Unless you want another noble. Yeah, we are in combat though.
Yep.
Go.
It's okay. I got another one.
Okay, so now 3 copies of Ignoble Hierarch. That's from the landfall trigger on Spring Heart and Tuco. Replays the White of the Reliquary and pass the turn. The white is a 4/4, would get 4 exalted triggers if and when it attacks at this point. Sacking a clue now is Herman.
Thank you.
I'll take 3.
Okay, I'll take. Oh man,
You gain 5.
I get 5.
I take 3. 14. 14, 11.
Okay.
Go ahead. Get a clue.
I'll go.
Tamio attacks, make a clue, casting a Ponder. Ponder shuffle. Seems like there is nothing to block here. Okay, game 1 goes to Jesse. White of the Reliquary looking pretty good there.
How many cards? 1.
All right, players shuffling up here for game 2. Some of you went on an ad break. And we will keep an eye on all of that. Herman will be on the play. So I had in my notes that Herman was on blue-black tempo, but it turns out it was Death Shadow. I guess I didn't play against Herman at this event, or, you know, I don't watch these games in advance before this live stream. So we got a little bit surprised there. Hopefully it was a pleasant surprise for everybody that voted for blue-black tempo. People like Death Shadow, right? Death Shadow is a liked card. Does anybody disagree? Soporific Springs to start game 2. The reverse side of Sink into Stupor, and then Tamio, the Inquisitive Scholar, once again. So Tamio might be preparing to create some clues. Verdant Catacombs getting cracked now. Jesse finds a basic forest. AP asking a great question. Was Death Shadow even tested for 1v1? AP, as you know, the World Wake set was a mistake. It was just a mistake, you know.
Like a main?
What were they thinking when they made World Wake? All right, Brainstorm. Roberts is cheering for Jesse. Okay, we have a Jesse fan in the chat. All right, Tamio will become a Planeswalker. We've seen Tamio on stream quite a bit recently, and we've seen it specifically against these Cradle control decks that make a whole bunch of insect tokens and stuff. Tamio can be really annoying. So let's see how this plays out. Polluted Delta. It'll most likely find a Surveil land at some point, is my guess. Yeah, for anybody new around here, the joke, we're explaining the joke. The joke is every Magic set was a mistake. That's the joke. Because people are never happy. All right, Elvish Reclaimer off a Lair of the Hydra. Dom V with a question. Does Exalted or Tameo trigger go on the stack first? So, non-active player, active player, non-active player, you're going to have to ask a high-level judge, like level 6 or higher, but, you know. Undercity Sewers dumps a Polluted Delta that we don't need into the graveyard. Tameo has 4 loyalty currently. Let's see if it ticks up again. Ponder. Elvish Reclaimer is a creature you want to kill on sight before it can get unlocked from Summoning Sickness. Let's see if Herman can do that. Okay, plussing Tameo. Seasoned Scholar. Voidwalker. Dothy Voidwalker, not too bad. That prevents Elvish Reclaimer from growing. Tameo will prevent any of these creatures from dealing more than 1 damage. There is an Exalted trigger available. To answer Dom's question, though, the non-active player would be Herman in combat, so Tameo would be at the top of the stack to resolve first. All right, here's Gaia's Cradle. New Rocker arrives in the chat, says, glad to be part of the Legacy format for the first time. Picked up Maverick, and I'm loving it. That's awesome. I've been playing Maverick recently myself. Cool deck. I'm getting the hang of it. It's Gaia's Cradle on Jesse's side. Okay, Endurance. That'll put Herman's graveyard on the bottom. Why Endurance now, in case anybody's wondering? Murktide. I'm going to decrease the size of that graveyard. That's a good reason. All right, no attacks. Wait, so the Reclaimer could have attacked Tameo for 1, right? But we're holding back Reclaimer to activate, it seems. All right, here's Psychic Frog. Psychic Frog has definitely made its impact on Legacy. Dothy Voidwalker has Shadow, so we'll see if Dothy Voidwalker tries to attack here. Jin Kohler with a great question. What makes his deck a control deck? You know, I'm glad you asked because I absolutely hate the name Cradle Control. This is not a control deck. It's a mid-rangey Green Sun Zenith natural order deck. But it's been called Cradle Control, and if I don't put that in the bottom left of the screen, I get weird messages. Some of these people are not doing well. All right, here's a ponder for Herman. I don't know. It's called Cradle Control. Somebody figure it out. I don't know. Doesn't make any damn sense. All right, Shadow Creature attacking. It gets through. So far, both phones are staying in sync very nicely, which is a great thing. And looks like Herman has passed the turn with a clue on the table. Psychic Frog available. Tameo with 8 loyalty. which is scary. Foster with a great question. For one trying to get into Legacy, what's the cheapest effective deck? So there are a few decks that are very effective that do not have any reserve list cards, if you want to start the conversation there. Death and Taxes, 8 Cast, Turbo Depths, Burn. Burn falls a little, if we're being honest, it falls a little bit below the bar of effective. And Oops All Spells is another one. There are variants of each of those decks that can throw in a reserve list card in the mix here and there, but I think those are a great place to start if you're looking for quote-unquote budget options to get into Legacy. Once you start adding the reserve list cards to the decks, it gets a little bit hard for me to say.
This one when I... Oh, no.
Now.
So, yeah, it's...
Yeah, Ruby Storm is another good one. Death Shadow is close. I mean, we see 2 Underground Seas on Herman's board right now, so I feel a little silly even saying Death Shadow. Cloud Post is okay without the Tabernacle at Pendrell Vale, for example. Some people are making that work. All right, Lair of the Hydra getting activated here. I think we're going to take a shot at Tamiyo, which is in dangerous loyalty territory right now.
Yeah, it's before the left first. 3 cards.
Lair of the Hydra and Endurance attacking Tamiyo. Psychic Frog is available to block. Looks like Herman has 3 cards in hand. I can't really tell. It looks like 3.
2. So I'll block the Endurance and discard.
Okay, blocking Endurance, discarding a Reanimate. Okay, the ability to put a Psalmistone counter on Psychic Frog is on the stack. Jesse's having a think here. Is there anything we can do with Reclaimer?
It's okay. Yep.
Okay, so Psychic Frog will get the Pulsum counter. Becomes a 2/3. And then Tamiyo will go down to 4 loyalty. It looks like Endurance and Psychic Frog. Herman's content to have them bounce off of each other, and so is Jesse. All right. Passing the turn.
This one stops the trigger, right? Because it's a dice trigger.
Okay, Brainstorm for Herman.
I don't think so. It stops it, right? Because it's a dice. Because
Yeah, Eldrazi is pretty good in Legacy right now, as Roberts points out. Wait, does that have reserve list cards in it? Is there something I'm forgetting? It might not. Huh.
Judge.
Oh, City of Traders. That's right. I always forget about City of Traders. Yeah. Mox Diamond in some versions. Null Rod. Yeah, okay. I guess there are some... Okay, here's Grief. Pharaoh Macam being activated here in response. Brainstorm and Ponder, it looks like, have been selected.
I still get the land. I believe so. Okay.
Okay, responding by exiling them to the Frog. The hand has revealed its 3 lands.
I'll take it. Plus Tamiyo.
Plus Tamiyo up to 6. Looks like Herman has 1 card in hand. Fap says, have you ever tried CEDH or not interesting at all? I feel Legacy and CEDH kind of same power level. I have not tried CEDH. I'm a little bit maxed out on my bandwidth for formats right now. I'm open to trying it in the future, though. I'm not against CEDH in any way. And I have a lot of Magic friends that play CEDH, and they're having a blast with it, so it's all good. All right, Talon Gates of Madara phases out Psychic Frog, it looks like.
Or just like die slow.
Thinking about activating this Lair of the Hydra once again. It can become a creature and try to inflict some pain on Tamio, who's at 6 loyalty right now. Jesse counting some mana, though. That could be scary. These Zenith Natural Order decks can drop some huge creatures on the board, like Atraxa or Craterhoof Behemoth, for example. All right, fetching with Windswept Heath. What are we finding? Yeah, I'm aware that CEDH seems to be a lot of events allow proxies or whatever. All right, Dryad Arbor is found. It's placed in the wrong zone. We're going to keep a very close eye on that situation. Making mana, 5 mana from Gaia's Cradle, 6 with Talon Gates.
I'll take risk.
Okay, dumping all the mana into the lair. It's a 5/5 and attacking Tamio. Looks like Tamio's knocked out. Seasoned Scholar KO'd.
Okay, perfect.
And step.
You go
I'll
to
sign.
one, right? Kill this one. Except.
Then research 2 basic land.
Enter the battlefield.
Okay, now a brainstorm for Herman. Yeah, look at Jesse's Dryad Arbor. Is that a preview from Mystery Booster 3?
Go to combat.
And I'll pay 2.
Swing him with Psychic Frog and Delphi Voidwalker. No fear.
I search for a creature with mana value 1 or less.
Yeah, as far as I know, Jesse whiteboarded some cards that he's going to be regularly searching for in the deck, and just makes it a little bit easier. Okay, so Psychic Frog and Voidwalker get through. Jesse down to 7. Draw a card off the Frog. Fetching with a Polluted Delta now.
Creature instant land. Yep.
Because you have a pair of 4 side.
Then your turn.
Now a Ponder as the camera gets bumped. Just Endurance and this Lair of the Hydra on... Alright, so Fatal Push on Reclaimer. Reclaimer down. Gets exiled with the Voidwalker. Murktide now. Murktide Regent. How big is it? 7/7. Alright. Pretty good. Reducing the number of creatures on the battlefield as well. Hurts Cradle a bit. So right now... Okay, we're going to game 3. Jesse scoops it up. There was no point in further explaining that board, I guess. Game is over. Moving on to game 3. Jesse will be on the play. We'll see if we get a turn 1 Zenith or a turn 1 Mana Dork, as they're called. There is Ignoble Hierarch.
No, sorry. No, I have to finish.
Some rampy stuff going on in this ridiculously named Cradle Control deck. Grief pitching Troll of Khazad-dûm. We're going to take a look. Endurance, Dismember, Mortuary, and Wooded Foothills. Dismember's taken.
I drew 10 cards.
Turn 1 Zenith would find Dryad Arbor. It's a neat way to ramp into 3 mana for turn 2. All right, Polluted Delta gets cracked. Seems like there's a fetch and response. Not sure what happened here. Maybe Endurance getting flashed in while Daze is unavailable is my guess.
This card, right? Before this card, I can play instant.
Okay, instant.
It's these micro decision plays to the untrained legacy players that win games. I mean, the Polluted Delta gets cracked there. Endurance in response, can't get dazed. Clean Endurance hits, puts the 2 cards on the bottom, including a Grief. Nice play there. Jesse and Jesse has appeared on 90s MTG for quite a while now. Back when we first started streaming on Twitch 4 years ago, Jesse was on a lot of our streams during the COVID lockdown webcam legacy era that we lived in. Powder Keg, okay, that could be kind of nasty. But Jesse knows how to play this game. All right, so Powder Keg is on the board. Scott has gifted 5 subs. Thank you, Scott. Appreciate that. Number 1 on our all-time gift sub leaderboard. And now with a purple and teal badge of 251 total gifted subs on 90s MTG. Amazing. Thank you, Scott. So much appreciate you. Okay, Powder Keg will get its first counter. As of right now, there's only an Ignoble Hierarch on the board, as you can tell.
Oh, this 5 cards.
Another Endurance. Put his own graveyard on the bottom this time. In these Zenith decks, it's kind of neat. You can Endurance yourself, put a creature back into the deck, then find it later with Zenith. Just pointing that out. Okay, Dryad Arbor is fetched up by Windswept Heath.
After the fetch resolves,
Dismember targeting Endurance.
Pussy.
Underground Mortuary, Surveil. Looks like Jesse has decided to leave it on top. Dryad Arbor getting placed in the correct zone, attacking.
Sorry? Your turn.
Looks like Jesse's holding another copy of Ignoble Hierarch, but maybe going to hold off until this Powder Keg pops. Or if it becomes in the clear. Powder Keg ticks up. Maybe we'll see Jesse put more Exalted creatures on the board. All right, Underground, Undercity, Sewers, Surveil. Okay, basic island into the trash.
Leave it alone.
Powder Keg intentionally left on 1. So that's worth taking note of. All right, Murktide.
Yeah.
5/5 Murktide. I'm in. It's a nice clock, Jesse will have a hard time dealing with it. No Swords to Plowshares in this deck.
Yeah.
No Power Blast. No Terror. What would be the worst removal spell that Jesse could have right now? All right, Ignoble Hierarch number 2 is played after all. Gaia's Cradle.
Green Sun for 3. Yeah.
Okay, Green Sun X is 3. I think there was an extra mana that needed to be played. Did I miss something? Oh wait. No, never mind. I'm bugging. All right, there's Grist.
And this one also. This creature.
That'll be a way to defeat the Murktide potentially.
It's in the graveyard.
1 second.
That's what it's in the graveyard.
I'm not sure of the timing about when you're choosing to sacrifice the creature and then when I can respond to that ability.
That happens every once in a while.
Judge?
Okay, Judge call on the timing of Grist's ability. The text is up on your screen. -2, you may sacrifice a creature. When you do, destroy target creature or planeswalker. So,
I don't believe so, but I'm gonna get Derek just in case. Derek, somebody minus a grist. Does the opponent have the opportunity to respond before the effect?
Yes.
Oh, they do.
So like before he chooses which creature to sacrifice.
Before I can sack the creature.
yeah. So, I'll just explain what's going on here. So, you -2, that's the cost of the ability. And then, this is being explained to the players, I guess. And then you can respond before your opponent sacrifices a creature and before they choose a target. You can respond to the ability. Let's see what Herman's response would even be here. It can be to pop Powder Keg and force a sacrifice of Dryad Arbor.
So activate.
Good play here by Herman. Get the last creature off the board while we still can. Murktide dies, but so does all of Jesse's creatures. So do all of Jesse's creatures.
Fetch land. 1/1 shadow.
Okay, 1/1 Death Shadow. Grist is going to be a pain in the butt. Plussing Grist. Making an insect, but the wrong colors. It's supposed to be black and green. And milling a card. Elvish Reclaimer. Am I excited for the new White Border Legacy cards? Yeah, actually I am. I think they look pretty cool.
Yeah.
Green Sun Zenith. I believe X is 2. And there's White of the Reliquary. It's quite big. Looks like it is a 7/7.
I'll pass. I go first.
Okay. So it comes back with the counter. And step. Oh no, with the roll token. Yeah.
All right, sacking a Flooded Strand on end step. Not sure why it was put in exile. All right, whatever.
Flash.
Okay, Flashing and Brazen Borrower. This could be a good way to knock out Grist.
Kill Grist.
Grist down. Grief. No cards in hand for Jesse, but a nice 3/2 menace. And we might need help against this White of the Reliquary, if we're being honest. So, Wooded Foothills is played. White is now an 8/8, I believe. There are 6 creatures in the graveyard.
No blocks. For 3.
Go down to 3. That grows the Death Shadow, which is a little scary.
So now it's a 10/10.
Sure.
10/10 Death Shadow. 3/1 Brazen Borrower attacking. The Death Shadow is larger than the White. Grief could stay back on defense, protect Herman from getting knocked out here potentially. Jesse's Hellbent. I like this attack. Chump block the Death Shadow. Makes sense. Could have chump blocked and then sacked to the white. Didn't do that. Psychic Frog.
If you want to search. I want search.
Yeah, if Jesse has Talon Gate, Herman is in trouble. I agree. There was maybe a missed opportunity there to sack the insect. Here's a Dryad Arbor. There are 2 blockers now, though.
Sorry? Is she gain 4 life? Ah, yeah. Proceed.
If we have anybody from the DCI watching, yes, the Dryad Arbor is in the wrong zone. Okay, it's been corrected. Everybody calm down. Everybody relax. Someone just now stopped typing on all caps.
No? Sure.
I'll swing.
Sorry?
Any effects before blockers?
Swinging with an 8-8. Any effects before blockers, asks Herman. Gonna sack the Dryad Arbor. White isn't in combat. It has vigilance. Dryad Arbor has been sacked. What are we finding? Talon Gates of Madara. Okay. Phasing out Grief.
Yeah, they're all over here. I will move to blocks. All right. Goodbye, Frog.
Okay. A nice goodbye to the Frog. Another white of the Reliquary. Pretty good. All right. Grief phases back in. Death Shadow is a 10-10. Brazen Borrower has flying. These whites are pretty damn big. Barely relevant. Herman's at 3.
What deck is in your deck?
Right now it's a 10-10.
So, first time I'm reading this. Okay. It's a weird deck.
Ooh, this is tricky. What did Herman draw? If Herman drew removal spell...
We didn't get attack for 6. We didn't get it.
Okay, attacking for 6. Grief. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, just draw and throw. Grief. Also grief. Yeah. And then I have...
Okay, Noble Hierarch. Is there another Talon Gates of Madara available? If so, this is game. Attacking with the 2 whites. Sack the creature that we top decked.
As a combo? Yes, because I cast this one, I target myself. Then I just copy it over and over again.
All right, another Talon Gates of Madara, and the players shake hands. Phasing of the mechanic nobody likes, and the gate mechanic also not liked by anyone. GG's. Good match. That was a good one. I'm kidding, of course. GG's. I like that match. That was a good one. It did it for me. It did it for me. All right, 2-minute break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. All right, everybody, I am back. Thanks for waiting up for me. We'll set up another poll now for Twitch chat to decide which match we watch next on today's so far mind-blowing live stream. Mind-blowing live stream. Let's see what's in the queue. We have 4-color control versus blue-black tempo, or Death and Taxes versus Dead Guy Ale Tainted Pact, or Esper control versus blue-black Reanimator, or Grixis Delver versus Esper control, or Lands versus Grixis Delver. A little bit of Delver. Everybody relax. 2 minutes to vote. Get your votes in. And if you're new around here, join our Discord server. We now have one of the largest Discords in existence for Magic the Gathering. And it's exciting. Join our Discord. We also have a Patreon for those of you that have been hanging out with us for a while and want to join the family. Take this relationship a little bit further over on our Patreon. All right, looks like votes are coming in. We have a poll happening right now in the chat for which match we will watch next. Usually, these polls are completely rigged by people that vote extra times using their channel points. We will keep an eye on that. You may hear my air conditioner for now. It will be turned off when we resume spectating live gameplay. Of course. All right. About a minute left on this poll. Looks like it's pretty slanted, I would say, at this point. Just going to update things on my end here as we prepare. Let's see what's going on in the Discord anyway. People are getting cards in the mail. Wow. Any spoilers? What do you think about this card, chat? It may be a little too small on the screen to see, but Fetching Garden. It's a forest plains, enters the battlefield tapped if it was played from your hand. So it's for fetching. What do you think about that? Does anybody have any feelings on it that they'd like to share? Almost out of time on this poll. All right, Death and Taxes versus Dead Guy L is up next. Akalith contributed 400 channel points. Let's do it. Let's do it. This Dead Guy L deck is a little bit of a brew. Diving in.
Okay.
All right. It's going to be very interesting.
I've gotten better at talking shit. So I am like ready to keep learning.
How you been?
This is not Orzhov's scam. No, this is not Orzhov's scam. All right, players shuffling up here. Roland on the left with Death and Taxes. Roland MTG, the foil bug. And on the right, we have Derek with a Dead Guy Ale brew. Yurion Sky Nomad has been revealed. Players are rolling dice. Roland making 7 piles. What the hell? Let's see how many piles Derek... Derek making 6 piles. They're both wrong.
I mean, maybe it wasn't like it's just like Samuel, Dimir.
It's been a while. No, I'm against you, Roger. Yeah.
How many piles are you supposed to make, chat, when you shuffle? Does anybody know? 7 piles. What are you doing? We got to talk to Roland about this.
It's always a pleasure, bro.
Everything else good in your life?
Everything else is good. Yeah, still looking for things.
All right, players exchanging pleasantries. We'll keep player audio on low until they start actually playing. All right, all kinds of takes coming in for how many piles we're supposed to make when we pile shuffle. Some people think pile shuffling is not shuffling, which is interesting. Interesting. Maybe talk to your lawyer about it. And Guy Drinks Tea says it does not matter. Yeah.
I'm gonna try it.
All right, looks like both players have kept 7, and we are getting ready to go. There is a Marsh Flats. Here is a Mishra's Bauble. Pass the turn. Dramatic start to the game.
I actually, the last 2 rounds, I wanted to roll both times, and I lost all. Oh, yeah. I went 1 You way to rub it in.
Jared Mason. I'll pass.
Arid Mesa, pass.
I did like my first round.
I'm gonna crack this turning myself.
Oh, alright, go ahead.
Okay, cracked it, looked at the top card of his own library. Maybe thinking about shuffling it away with Marsh Flats. Does not. So draws the card on upkeep. Shadowy Backstreet. All right. Left the card on top with the Surveil from the Backstreet's back. Magic card. Arid Mesa, number 2, cracking a fetch. Thank you, Derek, for updating the life totals. Basic planes, and Mother of Runes. Okay.
At least 30% of it is like navigating
Draw?
or my wife's a professor actually. And I remember
Push it.
Fatal Push knocks out Mother of Runes before it can get unlocked. It's a good play for Derek.
I'm gonna play this as black. You see a pathway without it.
Okay, do you take 3 or no?
No. It's just I just use the side. I'm choosing with black.
Okay, so the black-white pathway getting played as the black side, the back side.
Yep.
Interesting. Interesting. Cracking Marsh Flats. Pathway lands. Pathway lands. Does anybody know what that pathway is called without looking it up? The black-white pathway? I'd be impressed. All right, here's a Thoughtseize hitting the stack. Maybe we'll get a look at what Derek is up to here. The hand will get revealed. Dismember, Dark Depths, Scrubland, Chain of Smog, and Brutal Cathar. Brutal Cathar is the last card. Roland taking a look at all of it.
So I'll target creature until this is bound, and then life bound is when get 2 life. Brutal Cathar. Okay. Alright. So Dismember, Dark Depths. Okay.
I'll leave it out.
Dark Depths, Chain of Smog, Scrubland, Dismember, and Brutal Cathar.
I'm even
I'll
gonna
use information on this.
Does that actually? It's an
No, let's take out
I thought
Is it an exile?
Yeah. It does exile.
Brutal Cathar does have like a... I'll just get text for Brutal Cathar up on the screen. Legacy players don't know what's going on. And Chain of Smog will also get up on the screen. Okay, Brutal Cathar is selected. Brutal Cathar will go to the graveyard. Maybe it won't become day after all.
If you need to switch it, you can.
No, I'm considering my fetch play.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
I'm good.
Okay.
Okay, so dug up a basic plains and Stoneforge. Okay, we're going to search the library again. Okay.
The second.
Okay, so low spell, 2, 3.
Taking a look through the deck, trying to figure out what to find with Stoneforge Mystic. College Complete makes the cut in these decks. All right, well, the selection is College Complete, so that's the end of that discussion. College Complete goes to hand. That could be a nice clock for next turn. Dismember could potentially deal with Stoneforge here. Okay, Derek choosing not to do that now. Takes the turn, plays Scrubland.
Yeah, I feel like this is the best one.
Giver of Runes, okay. Passing the turn, okay, allowing Stoneforge Mystic to live. That is a Dismember in Derek's hand, right? I'm not seeing the wrong card. Dismember, Chain of Smog, Dark Depths. I guess I'm just surprised it hasn't been knocked out. The Stoneforge. Maybe hoping to just remove the germ. All right, Mother of Runes. Okay.
It'll be even better though.
Sack for red. Pass away, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay, so she'll take 2 down front.
Seems like Roland's trying to decide between putting College Complete on the board, knowing there's a Dismember available, or doing something else with this open mana. Just going to pass the turn. Okay. Derek's going to fetch.
No. Yes. Yeah.
The Godless Shrine tapped.
Okay, that is a Godless Shrine entering tapped. Black-white Shockland.
No, I thought you said no.
Oh,
I'm walking.
I'll turn my turn. Draw.
I'm not that slow.
How many cards are in your hand?
5.
5 cards in Roland's hand. Here's Dark Depths. Okay.
Oh yeah.
If you choose and slivers,
Dismember, Chain of Smog, and an unknown card. I believe there are 3 cards in Derek's hand. We know Roland has a College Complete. And Stoneforge is live.
Oh, that's so sick.
I'm just gonna pass.
Okay, just going to pass the turn. Stoneforge Mystic could get activated on end step here and... Okay, Swords on the Giver of Runes.
It's from another 20.
Guesses you? Alright, go to my turn. That's it.
Another turn, yep.
Roland holding off on activating the Stoneforge Mystic.
Activate.
Well, not anymore. All right, so activating Stoneforge. College Complete gets put into play. Phyrexian Germ gets created. It attacks. No blocks. Take 5. Okay.
Instead.
Mother of Runes is available now. Seems like there's just been missed opportunities to dismember on the Phyrexian Germ. We're going to give it Pro Black. Okay.
Black. Discard.
You don't have a chance to mark my hand.
All the siege bargain. So.
Well, Beast of the Bounding Spring.
Okay, this is a new card that I don't remember what it's called off the top of my head. It's from Bloomborough, a 4 mana Uh, Biza the Bounding Spring, it's called. Sorry, I couldn't remember what it was called off the top of my head.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're 15, so it's 15.
Yep. So you get to draw a card.
Yeah, I'm just seeing if I'm gonna respond. I'm gonna respond to the trigger. That's okay with you.
Sure, that's
Okay.
fine.
I'm gonna practice and respond.
Okay, so in response to the trigger of Biza, we're going to crack a Verdant Catacombs. And we're going to... Chain of Smog is the last card in hand. Snow-covered Swamp.
In response to the draw.
Well, no, to the ETB trigger for the whole thing.
Okay, okay, it's-
Yeah, I'm just trying to gain 4 life.
A lot of scamming gets play up this way.
Oh, is that why? Yeah.
I don't get a treasure right now, but then I'll draw a
Even
card.
if they have a bunch of counterspells.
Okay, so 2 1/1 blue fish, draw a card, and gain 4 life. And a 4/5 elk.
Not breathing. Like, you can crack this, but I'm just gonna draw more cards. Your sword's it. I'll draw more. Like.
Yep.
Okay, here's Recruiter of the Guard. Roland's going to take a look through the deck, find Solitude immediately. It was right there on the bottom, ready to go. So we may see Biza get Solituded here. Derek's hand, as of right now, 2 cards, Chain of Smog, and another card.
5 first strike, haste, trample.
I think this is the first ever Bloombarrow card to appear on 90s MTG, actually. And as Redemption points out, not the card you would expect to see.
And I'll best turn for it.
How many cards in it?
I have 4, 5.
Okay.
If you've been hanging out with us on stream for a while, you're aware that Derek brews some really cool and powerful decks. And this one is no different. He's been playing this at the locals and catching people off guard with... I'm sure you're kind of getting the point at this point, what's going on. There's Dark Depths, there's Chain of Smog. A lot of stuff happening. And if you're not careful, Derek will combo you. College Complete will attack. I can't help but feel like there were missed opportunities to prevent this whole College Complete situation, but okay. Flicker Wisp targeting the Recruiter. Not too bad.
Yeah, it's fine.
Targeting any spell, right? I'll go to my end step.
Yep.
No green.
Okay, Recruiter comes back. Search again.
I bought ground seal. Maybe.
That looked like another good scan.
Discard.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm gonna discard.
Yeah, that was good. Skyclave apparition. And
Skyclave Apparition's not too bad.
Sure, I'll just see my turn draw.
You have carpet. I'm forcing. Against Delver.
Okay, that is a Silent Clearing getting played as land for turn. Horizon Canopy, draw a card land, and it's going to draw a card now.
And then now on the scamming, you have to keep your force. And on the play, you
I'll pass.
Alright, just passing the turn with the 2 fish and the Biza. Not much going on for Derek, it seems. Skyclave Apparition getting cast here. That could be a way to remove Biza from the board. Beza? Beza? I don't know. Alright, it's been targeted. It's exiled.
do you flying?
No, they're not flying.
Going to give this pro black.
I'll respond. I'll march the Gentle under 0.
Okay, March of Otherworldly Light on the Germ. In response to Mother of Runes trying to give it protection and swing for lethal here. Flicker Wisp will swing. Flies over the 1/1 blue fish with no abilities. Taking 3 down to 5.
From Dark Depths.
Removing a counter from Dark Depths. Okay.
Draw.
These blue fish?
They're blue,
Oh, I
yes.
thought they were black. Alright.
Yeah, but you're not wrong.
Yep, they're blue.
Yeah, the blue fish. Alright. It's fine.
Like it shouldn't.
Land for turn Swan.
Yeah, I'm with you, Roberts. The fish should not have flying.
A recruiter guard?
Recruiter of the guard. Okay. Now Derek will search. What will Derek find here with Recruiter of the Guard, I wonder? Chain of Smog was in hand. It's a little bit scary.
Basically, slide.
Could be Vampire Hexmage.
Yeah, so 5 with 4.
Bowlmaster, okay. Okay.
I'm gonna cast Bowmasters now. Trigger for the Bowmasters.
Alright.
I'll hit the. I'm gonna hit that. Yep.
Okay, Bowmaster knocks out Flicker Wisp. Gonna make an Orc army. No flyers left on roll inside. Culture Complete has nothing that is equipped to currently. Yeah, it was Beza the Bounding Spring made the blue 1/1 fish.
I'm going to. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So. 3. Okay. Take 3 life and have this come out and play untapped.
Yep.
Okay, Witch Enchanter getting played as a land. The Witch Blessed Meadow.
Activate.
Yeah.
Activating Stoneforge.
I will get pre-war formalware.
What does that do?
ETB can bring back a creature from my graveyard that's 3 or less. 3 CMC or less.
Yeah, that's fine.
Pre-war Formalware comes in. Flicker Wisp. And target Culture Complete.
And then I will also do the Emperor of Bones.
Yeah, the exile card, right?
Yep.
Emperor of Bones now. A bunch of newish cards making appearances here that we haven't seen yet on stream. This card, Emperor of Bones, seeing some play in Death and Taxes these days. It's a neat card.
Any other creatures?
I broke it off. That's all I have for creatures.
Alright. I'll exile that.
Okay.
Well, it's kind of like spread out.
So,
It's gone.
okay. And
Alright, I have a like
I'll pass.
Yep, Culture Complete comes back on end step, makes a germ. It's ready to go for the following turn. So Derek has a lot to figure out right now, but as you can see, Derek maybe can combo in some way here. Chain of Smog was in hand. Dark Depths is on the table.
That's just a 3/1 right now, or is it?
it's currently a 5. 5/3.
Oh, it is a 5.
5/3 vigilante. Yeah.
I'll buy every 3 for $1.
Yeah, you got me. Game 2.
Okay.
Very close game.
All right, so we're moving on to game 2. Roland takes game 1. And, yeah.
It was very interesting, I would say, too.
I think both of us were playing under some assumptions.
Yeah. No, I know you know. Also with the trigger, I know you don't usually. Whoa, what the hell? Oh wait, this is yours. Wait, what is this? Oh no, it's a token. I'm sorry, that was mine.
Okay. All right, player sideboarding here, figuring out what the hell is going on between games. Derek will be on the play.
I'll try this.
Okay, Flooded Shrine gets cracked here to start game 2, going down to 19. And Derek will find most likely a basic plains. There it is. And Mother of Runes. Tank Terry is Derek in the chat. You can direct your questions to Tank Terry. This deck list is also posted in our Discord server. If you're not in the Discord, join the Discord. Tank Terry is in there for all questions as well.
Yeah, sorry if that was... No, it's alright. It's alright. Julie's result. It's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Path to Exile. So Derek will be ramped a little bit here, but Mother Runes is gone. I think Derek has a few basics to choose from. It'll be a basic swamp.
Yeah, I was really surprised that like they're uncommon.
My turn?
Yep.
Draw? Draw? It's easy.
Fetid Heath passed the turn. Thoughtseize. Okay. Let's take a look at what Derek is working with here. That is... Ooh, I can't see what that last card is. Shieldred's Edict, Vanishing Verse, Urborg, Turok, Dreadcanner, and I believe a Troll of Khazad-dûm? Oh no, that's a Fatal Push next to Shieldred's Edict. Fatal Push, Shieldred's Edict, Vanishing Verse, Urborg, and Turok, Dreadcanner.
This is that. I probably want to take it.
I saw it. I'd rather have like a fatal push to kill like one goblin to miss lethal.
Draw?
So Turok, Dreadcanter into the graveyard. That card can be nasty. Urborg played. Pass the turn. Vial will get its first counter now.
I don't even know if I don't think Ron saw it. That's not bad. I just said that. Yeah. At least that's
Thoughtseize.
Another Thoughtseize, okay. Dark Ritual. Dark Ritual is the new card. So Dark Ritual, Shieldred's Edict, Fatal Push, and Vanishing Verse. Roland will have to choose one.
Yes.
So let's go with Vanishing Verse.
That's fine.
Maybe with Fatal.
Okay, Vanishing Verse will be taken. Fatal Push, Shieldred's Edict, Dark Ritual are left. Another copy of either Vial.
Yeah. I saw your story. Oh, yeah.
Two.
And then his opening two. It's easy. She was really nice.
I'll choose Smoggy.
What does that do again?
Chain of Smog.
Cards, two cards you choose, and then you may copy the spell. If you do, then you can choose each other.
Alright, so that player chooses copy the spell. No, it's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll discard this, and I'll discard.
Where was the show? Okay.
Okay. Well, Roland copied it and sent it back, which means that Fatal Push and Dark Ritual are discarded. Shieldred's Edict remains. But Roland's hand is cleared out. It was a Caracas and an Emperor of Bones. And here is Shadowy Backstreet to Surveil. Okay, it will be left on top. Vials will tick up 1 and 2. It's a little bit hard to see. 1 and 2 on the vials.
Just get out of there.
All right, another Thoughtseize. Get rid of Shieldred's Edict. Both players hellbent. Going into Derek's turn.
I need to draw these more.
Court of Grace.
What is it?
Ooh, Court of Grace. Okay. Okay.
At the beginning of your upkeep, create a 1/1 spirit token with, if you're a monarch, create 4/4. Okay.
So I don't have the Monarch in, so I'll use this and or something like that. I'll use this one as a Monarch.
Oh boy. Should we just end the stream like right now? Oh. All right. So Derek has become the Monarch using a throwaway token from a booster pack as the Monarch token, I guess. Yeah.
Then I stick it mostly. But like, you don't care.
So you have 0 creatures right now?
I have no creatures right now.
So, mostly lose to, you know, and it's like.
3 and 2 on the Aether Vials.
Sorry about that.
Recruiter.
Recruiter of the Guard, okay. Sky Cave Apparition could potentially remove this Court of Grace, which would be something.
Really get rid of that besides this. I'm gonna do that now.
Okay.
Take that out.
Maybe if Roland had Lauren of the third path, that might have been a little bit better, but whatever. All right, so a 4/4 illusion will be created if and when the Skyclave Apparition goes away. Derek is still the Monarch, but has no creatures, and Roland has 2, so this is going to be tough to dig out of. All right, there's a Karaka, so maybe Lauren of the third path could have been bounced, but then, yeah. All right, as the Monarch, draw the card at the end of the turn. 3 and 4 for the Vials now. Working our way towards Urion.
Let's have it both of these two.
At 16, become the Monarch. Yep, necessity.
Put this in the hand.
Okay, Urion comes to hand. That'll be available for next turn. Roland is the Monarch. Draw off the Monarch.
LED. Yeah, right. Yeah. Just do you have it?
Legendaries. Barrel Boy.
Baragoyf.
Sorcery, creature, land. You have no artifact, right? No tribal or anything?
No artifact. I have a creature, instant, and sorcery and land.
Land. Yeah, so it should be a 4. It's Black Tarmogoyf.
Okay. Whenever it deals combat damage to you may build that many cards. If you do, you may put creature from
Land return this. Pass.
A lot of the fields. Even like a lot of the
Alright, I'll put this up to 5 and leave that one at 3.
For Yorion, yeah.
Yeah, for Yorion.
All right, 5 and 3 for the Vials. 1 is on 5, 1 is on 3. As far as charge counters, Urion can be vialed in, which is interesting. Baragoyf currently has 4 power. There's a Karakas, which could protect Urion.
I'm going to 3 red fluid down. 7.
Stoneforge here.
Stoneforge Mystic for Roland. That resolves. Pre-war formal wear being selected, it looks like.
Yeah.
Formal wear.
Just string the yard.
Yeah, I'm going to now Violin, Yorion.
Yep.
I mean, something.
Violin, Yorion.
Okay, activating Vial now. Urion comes in. Recruiter. And Stoneforge, it looks like. Nope, all 3, including Skyclave. So Derek will be able to create a 4/4 illusion here.
And then I'm going to go to the end of my turn. At the beginning, I will draw for Monarch.
Yeah, and so you choose the trigger, so yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna just draw, and
And then when those in, yeah, that's fine.
bring these in.
Children of the Great Depression. Okay.
I'll go ahead and take out the Baragoyf.
Yeah, so there'll be a 3 for 3, right?
3.
Okay, so Baragoyf gets exiled by Skyclave on its way back in. Stoneforge and Recruiter will trigger now. Roland will be able to search for 2 cards. Maybe Cauldron Complete. There it is. What does Recruiter want right now? Maybe... Okay, Solitude. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, when you pass priority, I'll crack the this, so that's okay with you.
To Dalgard says kind of ironic that every card needs to be looked up so much for 90s Magic. Wow.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
No idea what the hell you're talking about. What?
I'm gonna set those ones.
I'm just doing a little research over the summer. They get me a couple $1,000.
Here you go. Take my turn.
That's 5.
Draw. Thespian stage.
All right, here's Thespian stage. No dark depths on the table right now.
That's rubbing it all the way in.
I mean, all this.
90s MTG with all new cards. Yeah, you know. Wow.
Untap.
That's what I always ask.
I think you're definitely
Not like it's one's intact with the gray guy. I can look.
Well, let's so why don't did you resolve?
Yes, no, let's do this. Okay,
So I could draw on the force.
you're very right. I'm sorry about that. I forgot this. So I'll resolve.
Another scrub land for Roland. Quite a board. Just a 4/4 illusion on Derek's side. Vial on 5 and 3. Taking a look at Torok Dread Cantor. It would need to be kicked. What can Roland do with that? I'm not sure.
No. Not anymore. It was fun in the moment. What? You waiting for a storm trigger? You yeah. The bed? And I had both.
I would do it.
One.
No. Why did you say roll up?
Activating Stoneforge. Cauldron Complete will enter. We'll make a Phyrexian Germ with Living Weapon.
Always behind
Really? Yeah, actually. There's less, guys. Have a good night, man. Nice meeting you. There's less saga than see you again. One is used to.
Attack with the 5/5.
Okay, attack with the 5/5 Phyrexian Germ, equipped with Cauldron Complete. Looks like we're going to chump block here, take a damage. And the illusion is gone.
Second main. Activate.
Now activating Vial on 3. Oh, excuse me, Vial on 5, sorry. Urion. Cauldra. Cauldra, Stoneforge, and Recruiter was selected.
Why would I play the best deck?
Ponder again. I'm going to go to my end step.
End step trigger resolves.
Yeah, I'm going to actually draw a card for the Monarch first.
The Monarch.
Drawing on the card off the Monarch first. Roland is still the Monarch. Stoneforge, Recruiter, Cauldron Complete, come back in. Living Weapon, and then searching for an equipment and a creature.
Oh, dude. Yeah. How am I supposed to figure? Oh, and lights. That's why it's all movie.
Solitude.
Another copy of Solitude. Is there another equipment still in the deck? I guess it could be. Oh, pre-roll firmware. Okay.
How many cards are in your hand?
Not so the original design for not so was
7 cards in roll in hand. Okay.
How many uses does Thespian stage made into a copy of Basic Planes?
Okay, Thespian stage is a basic planes. Caracas is going to bounce Urion.
So Tendrils is going to be 10.
I mean, this Urion's going to give Roland so much value over time. I can't keep bouncing it forever. Derek needs to combo off, probably, if this game is going to end in Derek's favor. It looks like. Solitude makes that a little bit difficult with Dark Depths or Chain of Smog.
No, I realized immediately I shouldn't have tapped out. Even if he thought sees me, I have two cyphers. Yeah. But I just
Can I have return Dark Depths?
I thought it was funny.
Okay, there's Dark Depths. Thespian Stage, which is a copy of Basic Planes, is on the battlefield. I mean, if anything, it could slow down the game quite a bit, gaining 20 life, but that's not going to be game-winning merit liege, it doesn't look like.
Double white?
Big for playing against deep decks rather than like.
Okay, tapping a lot of mana. Here it is again. Biza the whatever.
Oh. Who? Oh, Vexing Model? Vexing Model, yeah, Vexing Model
That's
sucks,
in there.
right? Vexing Model is way worse.
Yeah.
Like
So again, you have
this was
iron.
Biza the Bounding Spring. Gonna make some fish.
Get two fish.
Hen just bought a 90s MTG hoodie and 2 other pieces of merch. Thank you, Hen. Really appreciate that. Thank you, thank you.
Oh, because it has frog and
I'm just gonna pass.
and you know, yeah.
That's awesome.
I mean, you have blast, but you don't have. You have no wipe. Yeah, you don't. You have no way of dealing with it. And Vegas does nothing.
EOT. I'm gonna go ahead and all sorts. I'll do
Swords to Plowshares on the Beza. Beza? Who knows? It's getting Caracas.
Next time I'll play more this.
Solitude pitching Mother Runes. Try and hit this Beza with the Caracas trigger on the stack or activated ability on the stack, and it gets exiled. So just 2 blue fish on Derek's side now.
I really like that show.
It's a meta build, but I did keep painting this because they had a bridge, but I have frog. That's like I kept attacking for like 2
White Orchid Phantom.
to the resolve targets do that.
Okay, White Orchid Phantom. Looks like we're going to target Dark Depths. Thespian Stage copying Dark Depths.
attack and then like dump to grow your voice again.
So right, yeah. What did I think of that?
Roland is in the chat, and thank you for the resub, Roland. 51 months for Roland. 51 months. What's up, Roland?
Yeah, 6 cards.
Yeah.
You can, right?
So now there's a Marit Lage on the battlefield.
When they're 2 as soon as they are attacking,
4 cards, right?
they do all this stuff.
4 cards. Yep.
Then you can grow them. Such a sick card. But they had bridge for 1 card.
No blocks. I'll go to 13.
As soon as they started activating.
Okay, Cauldron Complete attacks, no blocks. Hen, thank you for the resub, 5 months. Can't believe it's been 5 months since switching to the greatest format. Thank you. That's awesome. And Roland says, howdy, love complicated board states and looking up my own cards. Yeah, Roland, known for having to search what his own cards do. Sometimes.
In a challenge.
This one.
Roland says, Biza is hot garbage. There it is, folks. There it is. All right, Yurion doing its thing here. We're going to blink a few cards. Coming back on end step will be White Orchid, Phantom, College of Complete, and Recruiter of the Guard, it looks like.
Event step, drop the Monarch token, and then these will come in and play.
Roland is still the Monarch.
I'm going to clear Caracas.
Hitting Caracas with the White Orchid Phantom on its way back in. And Roland will search with Recruiter one more time.
That plus this. Alright, so I'm going to get the Germ token back on it. And then Recruiter.
I can win next turn. And then I
Okay, Flicker Wisp is found. And vialing in Flicker Wisp, targeting Marit Lage. Marit Lage is gone. As Roland just gifted 10 subs. Thank you, Roland. Really appreciate that. Roland's liking Roland Flicker Wisping away Marit Lage so much he gifted 10 subs. Thank you, Roland.
my lands, pick them up. Then Chain of Vapor is opposition edge.
Roland number 3 on our all-time leaderboard for gifted subs at 215. Roland, an essential member of the 90s MTG community, of course. The foil bug.
Sorry. No, I'm sorry.
I'll respond to the bounce.
Okay, trying to bounce Caracas. That's getting responded to. What do we have? March of Otherworldly Light?
Yeah, he didn't have it.
Oh,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
oh, but so when he played out the dog,
Then afterwards he played Dottie, but he was like dead. Then I threw my.
You're exiling this?
Yeah.
Okay, Yurion has been defeated. He goes into exile.
someone found creation. I feel like one combo.
Also then.
It's so feels bad.
Yeah.
Okay, activating Stoneforge. Pre-war formal wear will enter. ETB. Targeting Emperor of Bones.
Alright. Go to my turn.
Wait, how you oh yeah, you can just draw it again. Cast it once, you just keep playing out your channels and stuff, and you can just draw it again. Do you wish for it?
You wish for it.
Yeah.
It beats like ring and other like slide effects.
Flying.
But it's, I find it.
Maybe the ETB for Emperor of Bones was forgotten there. Not sure.
At least you have that as an option. Yeah. Do you follow like Brian Cook's like
Yeah, I do.
stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
I used to more religiously, but I kind of like after I switched to Eldrazi, I kind of stopped caring.
Do you know who made Eldrazi? Was it more like a hotline thing?
It's a high It's still like high That's why like there's no
Exile's over here in
like
case
soul list.
So I'm going
Still,
to
everybody's like non-stop.
Yeah, dude.
go into attack phase. Any response?
No response.
Alright, so
I played it against the version that had the co-op.
I'm going to trigger
The ones that the counter
Emperor of the Bones,
the
exile this.
like the fairy. You know what I'm talking about? The ones that counter
I will
spell? The
now adapt.
flash
Emperor of the Bones.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, gonna exile Turok Dreadcanner, adapt Emperor of Bones, Turok Dreadcanner getting cast here.
I tried to
6/6 with
in the turn
vigilance.
bounce his
6/6 Vigilance Emperor of Bones equipped with pre-war formal wear.
void, and they co-opted me. Uncounterable.
Oh, it's a cast trigger too, right?
I think it's a cast trigger. I'm not sure. It has
I'm
to
pretty
be.
sure, yeah. I have that. I bought that card here to play in modern.
This is tasty. This is
Spine
attacking.
Spike. Play on modern list. I mean, just in case. Like I kind of hate modern. It was like a mono blue or Eldrazi list.
I was like,
Yeah, you got me. Great match. That was a good match. That was insane.
All right, big attack there, ends the game. Just 2 blue fish on defense. Roland gets it. GG's. Wow. Pre-war formal wear, folks. Make sure you have it memorized. All right, let's set up another poll for the Twitch chat. Which match should we watch next? Which match next? Twitch chat will vote. The options will be Death and Taxes versus Grixis Delver, or Maverick versus Grixis Delver, or Breakfast versus Grixis Delver. Quite a bit of Delver in the queue. Or Esper Control versus Red Painter. Or Jeskai Energy versus Grixis Delver. Lots of Delver in the queue. 2 minutes to vote. Get your votes in. A lot of Delver players here in New York. Side Orner says, I vote for 5-color Eldrazi Storm versus Reanimator Miracles. You know what? Maybe we'll do that. All right, votes are coming in. Gear is hoping for Maverick versus Grixis Delver. We'll see if people try to rig this poll. Many of our polls are rigged, as most of you know. Our Discord is up on your screen. Join the Discord if you're not yet in the Discord. Mockingbird's getting picked up. About a minute left for voting. People are trying to rig this poll, so keep an eye on it. About a minute left. About 30 seconds. I've never seen a poll so rigged. People are throwing a whole bunch of channel points at this one. Almost out of time. And the selection will be Esper versus Painter. Mr. Arch contributed 4,800 channel points. Thank you, Mr. Arch. Let's set this up. Let's set it up. All right, diving in. On the left side of your screen, we have Esper Control. That would be Bill. And on the right, we have Nick with Painter.
No. Roll the roll.
Roll the roll? Okay. Alright, I'll go first. Good luck.
We'll let the people decide.
I'll keep.
I'll keep as well. Good luck.
Okay, thank you.
It's a pleasure.
Okay, it sounds like both players have kept 7 Underground Sea Pass. Those of you that have been hanging out with us in our Discord probably saw that Bill, on the left side of your screen, top-aided a Legacy 5K at SEG Baltimore with this Esper Control deck. Here's Goblin Welder. I believe Bill made it to top 4. I could be wrong. I wasn't there.
No, you're good.
Okay, looks like we're getting life totals up. Thank you to Bill for that. It's a Goblin Welder on the board.
Bridgeman?
There you go.
2, 1, 2. I'll stretch
It would be a
and
strange
then ending your...
Okay, Prismatic Ending takes out Goblin Welder after Bill searches up a Tundra.
Much respect. Oh, you're on Esper. I thought you were on Esper.
Nah, bro.
Bro. Poor sequencing on my end. Soul Guide Lantern?
Results.
Okay, Soul Guy Lantern is in. It'll exile Prismatic Ending, I assume. Yep.
Tap it. I'll try to wasteland your something.
Shots fired.
You did want that go away, huh?
Pass.
You guys did want that go away.
I'm panicking. Let's try this again.
Okay.
Okay, another copy of Urza Saga to replace. Painter.
Oh, those.
Painter will name Blue.
Cool.
And if that's okay, I'll paste her.
On Painter.
Okay, a Swords on Painter on end step. Painter is gone. Painter Servant combo with Grindstone is the main thing going on in this deck. All right, stifling the tick up to 2 for Urza Saga, it sounds like.
Oh, it uptakes to 2, and then it triggers the
Right,
and I'm going to stifle that.
Okay, that's fine.
And you can go.
Yeah.
So this Urza Saga will not be able to make constructs for anyone not sure how that works.
I'll cast a Mox Opal.
Results.
Okay.
Another Saga.
So you're at 12 from the...
Another copy of Urza Saga.
Yeah,
Goblin Engineer?
Goblin Engineer. It would have been nice to be able to stifle this ETB ability. Mr. Arch saying aggressive with the stifle on Urza Saga's ability. Possibly, but maybe... it's hard to say. All right, Painter Servant goes into the graveyard with Goblin Engineer. Swords on the Engineer.
Yeah, the board's getting so big so quick. It was an issue.
We board out forces in this?
And I will pass.
Okay, upkeep.
Upkeep is good.
Draw.
Draw's good, yep.
Get him stifled.
I just might.
Alright, well, this one takes up to 2. Well, I guess I'll do. This one's gonna be at the bottom of the stack.
Yeah.
So the first one's gonna be the chapter 3.
Yep, chapter 3 is good.
Okay.
So is this like a...
I'll float the mana.
Okay.
Okay, floating a mana with the Urza Saga on its way out. The other one will be ticking up to 2 after this. Vexing Bauble. Vexing Bauble will disrupt a little bit. Metalcraft is on now.
This Saga trigger?
Yeah, and I'll stifle that one too.
Okay, stifling the creation of constructs again. Power Blast to protect. Alright, so that Urza Saga will tick up to 2. And using the floating mana to cast Fable of the Mirror Breaker.
Okay. Last turn.
I'll bounce your token. Your
The Shaman? Okay.
What did I push the vote?
Okay, the Goblin Shaman created by Fable of the Mirror Breaker is bounced by Petty Theft on end step. Brazen Borrower goes on an adventure.
I was just being able to try and make you beat Murktide.
Yeah, I mean.
Murktide Regent, everybody. How big is this one? 8/8.
One card in hand?
One card in hand.
I'll crack the bauble to draw a card.
That's fine.
Yeah, and I main phase it just
My
to
turn.
for like days or
I'm gonna have this on the bottom, the Fable trigger. Well, first I draw.
Yep, draw's good.
Use my first.
So I'm gonna have this one trigger first.
Yeah, so you're gonna.
Yeah, I'm at 22, and that's a.
It's possible that Soul Guy Lantern could have prevented Murktides by exiling the graveyard, but it's hard to say.
Oh my goodness.
I'll discard Grindstone.
It's good.
Oh, my next
Discarding Grindstone to Fable's tick up. There's the Saga about to tick up to 3.
Only have for turn.
Yep.
I haven't seen one.
Wait, what happened to this Urza Saga? Did I lose track? Okay. Goblin Engineer. Gonna search the library for something, put it in the trash.
I'll keep.
And Snaring Bridge. Yeah, that Urza Saga was supposed to go up to 3, I thought. That was apparently missed. Alright, 8 damage gets through with Murktide. Both players missed the Saga, it seems. It's kind of a mandatory thing, but Wasteland on Saga. A little bit punished here. Urza Saga dies. Gonna make a construct, though. Yeah, the YouTube comments are gonna be wild, yeah. Alright, using the wrong construct token. Very interesting.
Yeah, that's mine.
Actually, wait.
Okay, Fable of the Mirror Breaker will flip. Reflections of Kiki Jiki. There it is.
Yeah. Goblin Molder?
Okay, Goblin Molder. Attacking for 3.
Sacking Mopal to target Ensnaring Bridge.
I was lost.
Okay, Ensnaring Bridge is in, and no cards in hand for Nick, so this will be difficult to fight through. I am tilting at windmills, I am.
Pass.
Then I'll say go.
Profit turn.
Yep.
Chili, you have no idea what the windmills are doing. You have no idea.
I'll activate Welder, targeting the Construct and Grindstone.
Okay, so Grindstone and Construct are going to trade places here with the Welder. I believe that was what was announced. Okay, the Construct goes away.
Then I'll activate Grindstone. I'm a whole priority.
Okay.
Then I activate Engineer. Sacking Grindstone to get back Painter.
Got it.
Alright, GG's on that swords.
All right, Painter will enter with the Grindstone ability on the stack, and that is game 1 going to Painter.
Had the removal for days though.
I know. I actually had no. I don't think I had any other out. That was super fun.
All right. Apparently that was super fun for Bill. Yeah, Don Quixote, Chris. We'll get all the windmills out of Magic. Yeah, exactly.
Step, I guess.
I'll
three.
I'll keep it to
Two,
good luck.
three. Yeah, you got it.
Most unhinged comments about windmills, please add them to the comment section, please.
Got it. I'll go like this.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I should have not played the Bowmaster.
Unhinged comments about windmills only, please.
I would have waited.
Counterbalance next turn, and then I thought you might have dazed though. So I'm like, well, daze now.
Hold it. Turn 1 Goblin Welder for Nick.
You force it out of your hand.
Yeah, if you play counterbalance, that's no sense.
Yeah, that should have been what I do. And then
Go.
that brainstorm and ponders all live. Yeah, I just gotta wait patient there.
My fault.
I had the frog. You had the frog. So I should have just untapped, played the counterbalance, see what happens.
Okay, Goblin Welder swinging here. 1 damage. Bowmaster getting flashed in on end step, it looks like. Goblin Welder will die.
No, that's in the
I saw the brainstorm. I was taking 2 days. You had
Orc Army created. Pass the turn the Bill.
spoken. Like, that was just the worst card I could have seen on top of pair.
Yep.
Like, if I had just seen it go for the throat, I'm like, just feeling miles ahead. Oof, wow.
I'll take 2. Cast Magus.
Yeah, go for the throat there would have been.
Magus of the Moon, that's a nasty one. Fetching in response.
Instead, just show the last card.
Ugh, not even a basic, getting a Tundra. Maybe Bill has the swords.
What deck is this?
Not even breakfast.
I'll float a white and then let that fall.
Not even like that kid in class is gonna be like,
Before it change phases.
No, dude, not even this.
what kid are you talking about?
Okay, managed to Swords the Magus of the Moon with the floating white mana. That would have been pretty bad had it stuck around.
I'm gonna respond.
Just go to 6.
Red Elemental Blast on a Ponder. Ponder is countered. Attacking for 2. Dropping to 16.
I'll play this, I'll play Bomb, I'll practice targeting you.
Oh, I meant like
Wasteland on Ancient Tomb. If the next land drop is Urza Saga, that seems to always happen. You waste their Ancient Tomb, then they play Urza Saga. There it is. Oh man, I did not know that was gonna happen, and it happened.
3.
I'm gonna stifle that.
Oh, that was perfect. Like the little delay before it got placed on the table was great too. All right, here's Magus in the Moon. Oh no, it's gonna kill the Urza Saga.
Saga does.
Play this, play...
Okay, so Urza Saga dies, but Bill cannot cast any spells, probably. And can attack.
Well, now it's not so good.
I'm still gonna attempt to daze it.
2?
Sure.
Uh-oh, re-inviting a double block here?
Double block.
Play this.
Alright, 4 damage. I'll pay 2 light to Apostle's Blessing. Black.
Draw a card.
Do that for Cal.
Okay, Apostle's Blessing saves the Magus in combat. Okay.
I have an image of
Apostle's Blessing.
Yes.
I forget we're both
First
playing
night.
Skyball. I didn't
Never
know
counting.
Skyball. I had it.
Okay, that's still over.
Okay, another Magus of the Moon, and it's not looking good for Bill right now.
With Painter and Grindstone, too.
Yeah, oh, no, of course, yeah.
Or Deezer.
Delusional Kraut, thank you for the sub with Prime. 19 months. Time to rig all match votes in Eldrazi's favor, says Delusional Kraut. Seems like a plan.
Now I'm
It's like a main Painter.
Okay, here's Painter Servant.
In blue. All does.
This deck is fun though. I'm enjoying this.
Take
I'll keep it.
Sure.
Yep.
2 for 5.
3.
Down to 3 is Bill, who needs... what?
I will surgical extraction your Apostle's Blessing.
What the fuck?
Nah.
All right. The surgical extraction on Apostle's Blessing is countered. And that is the match. Painter gets it. GG's. GG's. Beat Bill. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Wow. Incredible. That was a good match. That wraps it up for me for this week. Stick around for a raid, everybody. If you want more 90s MTG, we did stream yesterday. Those matches are up on our YouTube channel and here on Twitch as well. Say hello on the way in to who we're raiding. You'll get some channel points for sticking around for that. And join our Discord if you're not in there yet. We got 4,000 members now. Peace out.